Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Today we're diving into a headline that set social media ablaze and had entertainment pages refreshing by the minute. The story centers on two names that always draw attention, Elsen Sangu and Barış Arduç, yet the spark came from a third, equally beloved figure, filmmaker and actress Gupse. A film gala, a missing red carpet appearance, and a wave of speculation. Was this a sign of trouble, or just a calendar clash blowing up out of proportion? Stay with me to the end for the full breakdown, the timeline, and what industry insiders actually say happened. If you enjoy thoughtful deep dives instead of rumor spirals, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the join button to support more long-form reporting. Thank you, and let's get into it. Let's set the stage. Gupse has been on a creative streak, steadily building a reputation for smart, character-driven comedy with sharp observations and emotional punch. When the gala for her latest film was scheduled, an event months in the making, expectations were sky-high. The RSVPs included a who's who of Turkish cinema, the red carpet was planned down to the second, and press spots were allotted carefully so the arrivals would feed into a cleanly choreographed publicity push. And then the night arrived, with its flood of camera flashes and murmuring crowd. Gupse made her entrance, poised, luminous, gracious, and answered questions about her film with the relaxed wit that her audience loves. But a question was hanging in the air, gathering momentum with every passing minute: where was Barış Arduç? Now, Barış is no stranger to the red carpet or to intense public curiosity. His years of leading roles have trained him to move through press lines with calm, to speak in measured tones, and to save the drama for the screen. Which is exactly why his absence hit like a quiet thunderclap. One photo, then 10, then hundreds circulated, the step and repeat behind Gupse, her co-stars at her side, the producers flanking the cast, and no Barış in the frame. Within an hour, the online narrative had split in two. On the one side, whispers hardened into proof: if Barış wasn't by Gupse's side for a night this important, something must be wrong. On the other side, fans and colleagues urged patience: not all absences are statements, and sometimes a calendar is just a calendar. In other words, two very human impulses collided, the desire for a story and the plea for context. Let's slow everything down and map the timeline the way production teams and publicists do. The gala call sheet circulated weeks in advance placed the main photo window between 2015 and 2045. Interviews with the film's cast ran until roughly 2110. Guests were then to be guided inside for an opening monologue and a short teaser reel before the screening. Meanwhile, according to people familiar with the situation, Barış's schedule had him out of town for a project meeting locked in long before the gala date was finalized. Those same sources say a quiet, non-red carpet appearance was considered: arrive late, enter discreetly, greet privately after the screening, but the schedule crunch made even that unlikely. In the noise of a breaking story, this kind of logistics talk can sound boring. But logistics are often the truth beneath the rumor. The entertainment world runs on call sheets, transport windows, and carefully stacked commitments. When one domino shifts, others fall with it. If Barış's day ran over by even an hour, the clean arrival slot vanished. And once you miss the slot, trying to force an appearance can create a bigger media swirl than staying away. Gupse's demeanor on the carpet also matters. Cameras watched closely, any hint of strain would be clipped, looped, and sold as confirmation of a narrative. Instead, she answered questions about the film's story, thanked collaborators by name, and held the line when asked about her private life, redirecting to the project. That level of composure is not a mask. It's a professional boundary and a gift to a production that needs the conversation to be about the movie, not the couple. So where do Elsen Sangu and Barış Arduç enter this storm together? The moment a public conversation touches Barış, Elsen's name trends in the replies, not because she's involved, but because their past screen partnership is one of the most iconic of the last decade. Fan culture moves in patterns. When he's discussed, people remember the chemistry, the interviews, the famous stills. When she's discussed, people recall the same. Some posts even tried to weave a triangle that doesn't exist: Gala, absence, and Elsen's unrelated schedule, into a single plot. Here's the clear-eyed view. There is no credible link between Elsen and the Gala logistics. The algorithm pairing their names is nostalgia, not news. Still, let's talk about why these cross-currents flare so quickly. Fame compresses distance. Viewers who have watched Elsen and Barış grow across roles feel they know them. They read neutral moments as signals. A skipped red carpet becomes a message, a carefully worded answer becomes a confession. And yet, if you have worked around sets or publicity cycles, you know this is the everyday, travel delays, timing conflicts, and the painful choice between disappointing a loved one's event or derailing a week's work for 100 other people. Insiders close to the couple, meanwhile, consistently stress the unglamorous explanation, conflicting obligations. One source put it in plain terms: a supportive relationship doesn't disappear just because two calendars refuse to cooperate. They back each other. Sometimes that support is standing next to the flash, sometimes it's sending a car at midnight after your call wraps and you meet for a late dinner. That picture, unseen, unphotographed, is far less satisfying to rumor feeds, but it has the ring of adulthood. What about the theory that a no-show at such a public moment must carry hidden meaning? Let's weigh it. If this were a deliberate statement, it would contradict years of behavior where both have kept private matters private and refused to turn milestones into content. It would also undercut the film's promotional window, which neither would do out of respect for the crew and cast who depend on a clean launch. If anything, the path of least damage is exactly what seems to have happened. Gupse holds the line for the film, Barış fulfills his prior work, and the story slowly resets to the project at hand. There's also a lesson here about how fans can be both protective and unintentionally invasive. The love is real, the attention is intense because these artists matter to people. But sometimes the kindest response to a question mark is not a theory, it's patience. Allow public figures the dignity of ordinary explanations. Remember that not every meaningful, supportive gesture is designed for a lens. For those curious about the broader industry etiquette, red carpet absences are handled three ways. Option 1, if possible, is a quick arrival during a low-traffic window to reduce frenzy. Option 2 is a private celebration after the cameras are gone, flowers backstage, a small dinner, a quiet toast. Option 3 is a simple message communicated through the right channels. Wishing you a beautiful night, proud of the work, can't wait to celebrate properly. None of these make a headline, but all of them are forms of presence. Now, let's address the elephant that rumor thrives on: silence. When no one rushes to explain, narratives multiply. Should they speak? Should a representative offer a statement? Reasonable people can disagree. But there is power in resisting the demand that every private coordination be translated for public consumption. Protecting your boundaries in an era that monetizes oversharing is not coldness, it's care. As for Elsen Sangu, let's keep her in the frame to honor the promise of this video's title, but keep the facts straight. Her name trending alongside Barış's after the gala reflects the audience's ongoing affection for a chapter of television that shaped a generation of viewers. It does not imply involvement in another couple's logistics or personal decisions. If anything, it proves how strong parasocial threads can be. And how careful we must be not to knot them into unrelated stories. So here is the simplest, most responsible reading of the night. Gupse delivered on her film's big moment with warmth and professionalism. Barış Arduç missed the red carpet due to prior work commitments that didn't budge. Elsen Sangu was drawn into the chatter by nostalgia, not by action. And if we are going to tell a story about these three names today, let it be this one: talent, discipline, and respect can coexist with privacy, and grown people can keep their promises to their work and to each other without turning their lives into a spectacle. If you found this perspective helpful, please hit like so more people see it, subscribe for deeper coverage that puts context before chaos, and click join if you want to help us keep producing long-form pieces that respect both the craft and the people behind it. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think public figures owe explanations for logistics that become headlines? Or is it healthier, for them and for us, when they let the work speak and keep life off camera? Drop your thoughts below. Your comments shape the stories we tackle next. Thank you so much for watching my video. See you in the next one. Take care, and goodbye.